Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to our Business Basics coaching for the Webinar Accelerator. I'm so happy and thrilled to bring this to you. We're streaming this live in multiple channels, and of course, it is free for our members within the Webinar Accelerator. If you are joining us live, write down #live. If you're joining us in a replay, put down #replay. It's going to be a lot of massive value for you for today. So please, if you have a pen and paper ready, take it, write it down. It will be massive value given to you so that you can have a great start and a beginning if you've been thinking about creating webinars, or if you have used them before in the past and have not had the success that you were looking for to generate attendees, registrants, ideal audience, and the ideal dream clients and attendees, then this is the training and coaching for you. So stay with us till the end. And I want to say hi to our live YouTube attendees here today, or those who will be watching us in replay. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Accelerate Global. Please subscribe us. Please, subscribe to our channel and click like, as well as the bell icon, so that you can continue to receive new Business Basics videos that we keep uploading on a weekly basis quite frequently. So hi, Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining us live. I truly appreciate it. I know Nicole said that he would as well. In our Facebook group, all you have to do is just refresh the page so that you start receiving the live stream in there. So let's get into it. Right, to how to host a widely profitable webinar. Now, I am the founder of Accelerate Global and the Webinar Accelerator framework, along with the Webinar Accelerator Facebook group. And I currently bring in about 50K consistently month over month into our program. Our clients are doing wonderfully well. I know some of them have recently closed sales and have brought in new clients consistently. New clients keep joining us, our program, on week over week, week after week. And what's fascinating about it is that when I'm trying to accomplish through webinars is that I'm shattering the norm, right, of other lead generation experts who declare that their ClickFunnels and paid advertising are the answer to your clients' prayers. Whereas what we have done to this date and continue to do so is through unpaid and organic growth. So if you are a speaker, coach, course creator, you are an advisor, self-employed, do-it-yourselfer, fill in the blanks, right? Sometimes, right, Stephanie, we feel that we're be all end all, we're doing everything, right, by ourselves. If you're an expert of any kind in your own field, right, then, and you want to host, you would like to host profitable webinars that allow you to enroll new dream clients into your premium programs on a monthly basis and get consistent flow of those clients coming in, then this is the training and coaching for you. Okay, all the while building your authority and your expertise online so that you can actually project that, showcase that, and people find value in your expertise. Okay, so make sure that you go through the entirety of this coaching. Okay, it doesn't come often. It's not that easily available, but I'm so happy that I'm bringing this to you today. All right. So creating a widely profitable webinar comes down to creating and executing really three main pillars. Okay, but mind you that there's some steps that need to happen beforehand, and there's some steps that need to happen after. Today's coaching is about how to host the widely profitable webinar. So we're going to specifically talk about when you're hosting the webinar, what should you be doing on it in order for you to deliver that value and generate clients' interest that actually say, I'm in, I want to be your paid client, right? Who would like that? Like those of you, I know a number of you are actually attending it live. So please put that in the comments below. who would love to see that while you're going through that webinar, while you're presenting that value and content and showcasing your authority and expertise, people are, hi Esther, I believe it's you, Esther, say, I can't see your name, so you might want to click on what your name is, but yes, right? Stephanie says she would. I would love to give that to you right now. This is exactly what I'm doing. So you would want those clients to say, I'm in right away. All right. So we're not talking about the previous steps. We're not talking about the forward steps. We're talking about specifically the art and the science of hosting a widely profitable webinar. There are really 3 pillars that you need to focus on, right? Number 1, filling your webinar with ideal clients. And we'll talk about how to do that right away. Number 2, leave them wanting more. And number 3, converting your attendees into clients. Yes. So when somebody says, yes, I can't see your name here, buddy, but I love it. I'm happy that you wanted to. And I'm going to give that to you. So when you implement each of these 3 pillars correctly, your webinar will become a powerful lead generation machine, and it convert your dream attendees into dream paid clients. That's a given. So let's get straight into it. Number 1, I told you the pillar 1, filling your webinar with ideal clients. Hi, Kennedy. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us live today. Thank you, folks. You guys are really remarkable. For those of you, you'll get a lot of value out of it. So make sure you have a pen and paper ready and make notes. Okay, take notes. So number 1 pillar, filling your webinar with ideal clients. How do we do that? Well, the mainstream advice is to have a killer topic, right? And promote it to your email list and hope and pray that they come and visit you. But does that mean that, what happens to those who don't have an audience yet? You're just starting a new business, startups like I did like 2 years ago. I didn't have a host of client list. I used to work for an organization creating startups. I created 100 new businesses in 2018, but those were clients of that organization, not mine, right? So when I started this business, I had 0 list of emails. I don't know if you've been on there before. Please come again. What is number 1? I'm writing it down for sure. Pillar number 1, filling your webinar with ideal clients. And that's what we're talking about. What if you don't have a list of attendees? What if you have 0 client lists? You have 0 email list, right? Does that mean that you cannot host a webinar? The answer is no, you can host a webinar. And the amazing thing about the webinar is that a cold audience can suddenly become a really warm audience of dream clients that can say, I'm in, and I want to buy what you're giving me because I see absolute value in it. Again, as I said, there's an art and there's a science to it. And of course, I like to focus on organic strategies. Up until now, not paid a single dime for any kind of a post boost or an ad, and we continue to generate 50,000 month over month consistently, right? And that's exactly what I would like to coach and teach you on how to do that. Okay, so for me, one of the organic strategies is LinkedIn events. Okay, you can invite your first connection on LinkedIn events to your webinar through that event. It's a free feature and it will allow you to convert your LinkedIn audience into your webinar attendee. Whether you are doing a 50-minute webinar or you're going over a number of days, right? The challenges, like I'm doing it, starting next week. Right. So, and you can also, that's one event, one area that you can invite attendees to. The other is grow your social platform. Majority of you have, let me know if you all that are present here, if you have your own Facebook, where you have your own highly targeted audience. The key word is highly targeted audience. And I do have clients who are not necessarily on Facebook because that's not where their clientele is. Some of them are on Discord. Some of them are on Telegram. Some of them are on WhatsApp. Some of them are on Instagram, right? Or some of them are only on LinkedIn. let me know what social platform is your ideal attendee in. If you're attending this live today, or if you're doing it in replay, put that in the comments. If you're joining us through the YouTube, put that in the comments in there. Stephanie says LinkedIn and my list. Awesome, Stephanie. This is amazing, because one of the best things you can do is have clarity. Clarity in your offer and clarity in your, Nicole says he's joining us live through YouTube. Thank you so much, Nicole. That's awesome. So clarity in your offer, clarity in what your business is, and clarity in where your clientele is. Okay, so grow that particular social platform. Someone else says Facebook. Okay, so a number of you I know have your own Facebook group. The importance is that your Facebook group needs to have highly targeted audience of your ideal clients. Our Facebook group is small. It's not a huge hundreds of thousands of people in it. Why? Because we are very targeted in whom we invite and why we invite them here, because it's important that we provide that value to them, and they are a group of our ideal attendees. Okay. And then of course you collect their email addresses via member questions. And if you want to know, if you want to generate your own list of member questions and you want to connect with me for that, I would love to help you on how to do that. Just schedule a call with me, schedule an email, send an email, send a contact, connect with me through one of our multiple different platforms, and I would be happy to help you on how to create those questionnaire for you. Okay. I was that did not used to have a member questionnaire coming in, whether it was scheduling a sales call or whether it was on my own social media platform that includes Facebook. So WhatsApp is people love to meet and talk in person. Nicole, yours is WhatsApp. That's awesome. That's great. Good to know. It is so important to know exactly where your ideal attendees hang out. Okay. And that's where you're going to get them in finding value in you. So create your member question list. And then that's how you collect your email addresses through them. And I will help you on how to do that if you want to know more about it. Right. And you can then invite them to attend your webinar, because that's how you're generating the list. That's how you're creating that. Same thing through LinkedIn, same thing through your other social media platforms. And then, of course, you are going to create the meaningful content. Content marketing is a must to promote your webinar. Create excitement and FOMO, fear of missing out. Heard of that FOMO before, right, guys? Those of you that are attending live, right, Kennedy, have you heard of that FOMO, fear of missing out? To showcase what they learn on the webinar and to position your brand as credible and trustworthy. Okay, so types of content that you can share and include in that content that helps you market your webinar could be graphics, right? Could be Facebook Lives or lives in any other form, right? In any other platform, videos that provide reasons to go and value, right? For them to come and attend, behind the scene posts, blogs, right? Testimonials, and the list goes on and on and on. That is the kind of content that you need to create in order to, could be a lead magnet, but anything that content that generates value in finding value in you, your authority, your expertise, and in that particular webinar that you will be hosting. Okay. Pillar 2, you're ready for that? Creating content that leaves them wanting more. And when I talk about that content, it's for what you're going to deliver on that webinar. Okay. So the mainstream advice, what is the mainstream advice? Mainstream advice is when it comes to creating content to provide as much value as you possibly can. But the secret lies in breadcrumbing. So what is breadcrumbing? Let me explain. Right. You share some value. You do have a lot of value to share because you're the expert, right? But you need to hold back in order to leave suspense and leave them wanting to hear more. Now, I don't know about you guys. I know my mom, when we were young, there was no internet back then. I'm dating myself, but that's okay. So in order to keep our attention in, when she was feeding us, we were really young at that time, she used to tell us a story. And when she would tell us a story, she would hold off or pause at a time when we had the most interesting part, the most suspenseful part. And of course, we had to eat more in order to, like a cliffhanger. Stephanie says, yes, you got that right. Like the cliffhanger, absolutely. And we would want more, so we want to hear more. And of course, we had to go through and eat whatever she was feeding us in order to hear the rest of the story. And still, there would be something left so that we could show up for dinner, and if it was breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner for the rest of the day, so that she would continue with that story moving on. Something to that effect. Okay, so if you share too much content, you on your webinar, inside your free webinar, free, and mind you, the key is free, because that's how I coach you into generating the leads for yourself without spending a dime. And then your attendees become your paying clients, right? Do not for over instruct, not to over educate. When you've already given them too much value, they're not going to come. And that's why I say there's an art and a science to it. So what I have found effective is to format your webinar effectively to 3 secrets and focus on case studies, giving the attendees belief in you and your solution. So step 1 in that process, right? Introducing yourself, teaching about the 3 core things, whatever your content is, just pick 3 important ones that actually resonate with your clients given the topic of that day, okay? And then teach about the 3 core things you have advertised that they will learn. And then step 2, show authority by sharing clients, success stories, and how they implement the 3 core things, so that they actually connect the success stories with the content that whomever used that with them. What was the end result? And step 3, you recap and re-engage and transition into booking a call or selling your program, depending on whether it's a high ticket value or a low ticket item, right? Oversupplying and oversharing excessive value to your audience creates resistance in your power to enroll paying clients. What do you guys think? Right, Diana is here. Hi, Diana. I know you said, perfect. I would love you to go and watch the replay. Thank you so much for showing up today, though. Recap and re-engage. Now, tell me if any of you, I know I've done it. I can raise my hand way up there, where I have actually overindulged in over-coaching, over-teaching, over-supplying the content on my webinar. Is anybody guilty of that? I am guilty as heck, right? So for sure, share that if you can, whether it's in the replay or live right now. I have done that. That's the key. I do, and that's why I created that framework, the formula that helps you to give away the spice, but not give away the recipe, right? So your secret sauce is still tucked away. You don't give away your secret sauce to them. Pillar number 3, converting your attendees into clients. So we've done pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3, and how to convert them into clients. Most coaches have no real experience with sales, and finding a sales pitch, they find it to be too pushy and too keen, okay? And they kind of just hope and pray that people will eventually buy just because they have presented what they have to offer, and that should generate enough value. Stephanie says, that's me. I love that. Give that spice, but not the recipe and not the secret sauce. I agree with you, Stephanie. Absolutely. Let's not do that. We need to convert our attendees into paid clients, and that secret sauce is only given when they pay for that program or what that offer. It could be a low ticket item, it could be a high ticket item. It doesn't matter, right? You have to figure out. So, the sales pitch itself, they find it to be pushy, and they create the sales page and they close their eyes and hope someone will click and purchase. But unfortunately, sales do not work that way. Okay. Nicole says, I agree. And even I have done that. Right here. I've done that. Sales, I have a sales background. I come from a very strong sales background, and this program has been designed with that viewpoint, because if you don't have sales, you don't have a business. I know most of you have heard me say that so many times before, right? So the amazing thing about the webinars is that each webinar is unique to you. Stephanie says sometimes people have that syndrome. If you post, they will buy syndrome. Yes, I agree. Because if we create a website and if we post a few things, or if we just give them, show them the way to our website, or talk about a lot of offer content that we've created and given them online live, then we feel that we've done enough for them to buy in. And it doesn't happen that way. There's a step that needs to happen, a few steps that need to happen from converting content into offer and sale, closing that sale. Okay. So, that alone, there's no easy solution when it comes to sale. But the beauty of the webinar is that the most amazing thing is that each webinar is unique to you, right? The way I speak, you don't speak. You probably speak in a much different way, and people will resonate with you if they're your ideal attendees, right? Your personality, right? And the service that you provide. So 3 things: uniqueness of you, your personality, and what your offer is, and the service you provide. So, 20% of your live attendees will book a call with you after your webinar if you do it right. Now, subtly put the link to the book a call below while you're, presenting. Of course, share that a few times, but make sure that you schedule that call with them in order to discuss that further, providing them that strategy, providing them that discovery, providing them with the game plan. And then list the 3 things you will go over with them in that call, whether it's a strategy call, whether it's a game plan. Now, folks, those who are attending live today, quite a few of you are actually right now, so I love it. Tell me in the comments below if you have a name for your call. I call my call game plan. Do you have a name for your call? If you are an existing coach, if you are somebody who is in that business, if you've been doing this for a while or have just started, do you have a call? And if you do, a sales call, you have a that with that sales call, what do you call it? Do you have a name for it? It's important to name it so that your client knows and understands why is it that they're going to get on board with you on that call. What is it that you're providing it to them? For me, I provide you your game plan for you, your next steps forward, exactly where you are, where you will be, where you need to be, and what steps you need to take in order to be there once you get into the program. So we have a discussion around that, actually. So list the 3 things that you will go over with them in that call. Stephanie says, need to barter with someone to be host assistant during my webinar, and we'll do the same for them. Thank you for putting that out there. Yes, sometimes it's important that we need to know and delegate. So absolutely hop on with Stephanie if you guys are somebody's available and would love to do that, because that's how. So if she's willing to barter, see what she has. I know Stephanie's a copywriter and she does an amazing job for that. So talk to her and see what is there to barter. Amazing. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for putting it out there. Now, list those 3 things, and the attendees to comment, I'm in. Ask the attendees. Sometimes we miss in our sales. What is it that we want from them? We ask their buy-in. We miss out on asking for their buy-in. The buy-in is very important. You have to ask for their business for it. Say, if I'm in, to schedule a call. And of course, your calls are limited. Your time is limited. But great demand and the FOMO, the fear of missing out, it is not rocket science, folks. Okay? So if they have stayed that long on your webinar, until the end, they appreciate what you say, what you have given them, the 3 secrets, the success stories, the connections, the outcome, the results, and you have left them wanting for more, wanting to hear more. And boom, suddenly you have transformed a cold audience into a fully engaged, warm audience. What do you guys think? Nicole says, I'm good at sales, but I used to overload the clients with lots of offers, but it rather in educating than confusing them more, so the sales didn't happen. Oh, I'm so happy that you shared that, Nicole. So appreciative of that. Yes, thank you so much. And it has happened. It has happened with me because I'm good at sales, but I used to over-educate with them too, exactly in the same position. And that's why we designed the Webinar Accelerator framework for that reason. There's a process that takes place to converting them into a paid client. So thankful for that, for sharing that, Nicole. So suddenly now you have transformed a cold audience to a fully engaged, warm audience who want to hear more from you. Now, my webinar accelerator method is designed to get people to raise their hands and comment, I'm in this case. And the best thing is that we have already qualified them. Remember the qualifying questionnaire that we had to get them in, whether it was through LinkedIn, whether it was through other social media platform. And here's why I love this process. It converts higher because you have already qualified the lead before the webinar through your content, through your questionnaire, through emails, and finally through the content that you've put out there, right? It is a better experience for the client. In this digital age, we may never meet our clients face to face, but by having a webinar, you are spending 50 minutes talking to 100 new people coming in through the door. Now, what are the odds? If you have done your job right, you're looking at around 20-25% of those people telling you, yes, I want to meet you. Yes, I want to know more about you. Yes, I want to know more about your offer. And they will feel that they have already met you. You've warmed them up already. So now when they're going to receive an email from you, is as if they know you. They know Aasma, who has sent, that email because they attended her webinar before. What do you guys think? Those who are attending, Nicole, Stephanie, Kennedy, all of those, let me know if it makes sense to you, right? And there you have it. Okay. Those are the 3 pillars that have allowed me to scale my business consistently month over month. And for that reason, I want you to know, where will you be in 2 months from now? Okay, Stephanie says 100%. She agrees. I agree with you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Right? Where would you be in 2 months from now? Okay, think about that. This webinar accelerator framework actually helps you close clients, develop those lead generation and that email within 30 days. 30 days of you signing up, do things right the way it is coached, step by step. I have plenty of clients using this webinar accelerator method who are consistently bringing customers in week over week. We will have success stories. And for that reason, I'm launching my 100 client challenge come next week, August 3rd till August 9th. And this is just, if you like what I just showed you today, you will love the 100 client challenge. Okay, because I will give you immense value to get you started right. I will help you how to create your webinar, how to promote your webinar, how to find your ideal attendee, how to know who your avatar is, who your niche is, who your target market is, and we'll give you the 10 sales steps, the exact sales steps. As I said, I have over 20 plus years of a sales background. I will tell you exactly what those steps are in order to help you close clients. So come and join us. Come next week for our 100 client challenge. Join our free Facebook group if you're attending us through our YouTube channel called the Webinar Accelerator. We will provide those links right down below. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you push that bell icon so you keep receiving these kind of coaching and training business basics videos consistently, so though you don't miss them. And of course, we will really dive deeper in our live training, live coaching, free live training for 7 consecutive days throughout from August 3rd to 9th. All you have to do is show up. It will be enough within an hour. It will be enough for you to launch your business, or if you already are in one and have invested quite a bit in this and have not driven results. If you're looking for profitability, if you're looking for a way that consistently bring in new clients regularly, and develop that cash flow consistently, regardless of what the environment is, regardless of whether you are an influencer or not, if you have a following or not, then definitely. Somebody's asking, will there be a replay of this? Because I'm a bit busy and would love to listen. Absolutely, you can come and find this. This is only for a short time. It will be taken down, but yes, you can. You can find it in our Webinar Accelerator. group and come and join us for our 100 client challenge, how to close clients using webinars. We do have an added bonus. So if you register for that, you'll get our bang on social media strategy. We have 15 steps of that social media strategy that are bound to work for you for sure. So get that bonus and get it directly from within our 100 client challenge when you set up and sign register. Webinars, Nicole says webinars helps you become a brand influencer and a good speaker, even if you don't close a client to develop with your own mistakes. Awesome, Nicole. I'm so glad that you recognize that. Absolutely. And our framework, in addition to making you a good speaker, even creating you a brand name, an influencer, we also help you close. So yes, it will close sales. You will have conversions. Stephanie says, great to attend to refresh your memory. I always get new things I missed before. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I know you are one of our favorite leads that come in regularly. I appreciate that. So thank you for staying with us, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in our 100 Client Challenge. See you again. Bye now.